what's going on? This is Dr. Ferguson. Welcome to Coffee with Rhadi. I got some exciting news for you. The first piece of news is I'm moving my Facebook page from my personal page to my fan page. In order to visit my fan page, all you have to do is go to www.drfergfans.com. Look at the name at the bottom, drfergfans.com. Got some exciting stuff there. All my videos from YouTube are there. I have a YouTube video tab. I also have my whole Twitter feed from all my posts on Twitter. There's a tab right there, as well as the information that's going on with me during the week. Videos, updates, everything right there on drfergfans.com, so you can get everything in one central location. Also, I want to tell you this. I had my Strikeforce debut. I ended up winning by knee bar. If you'd like to see some updates of the interviews and videos, etc., go to drfergfans.com. What I want to talk to you about today is something that's very important on this issue of Coffee with Rhadi. Now, when it comes to mixed martial arts, I think that a lot of people make a mistake. I even made a blog post about this today. It's available at livejudo.com. A lot of people make a mistake when it comes to mixed martial arts. It's a mistake that I saw many people make as a coach, and I didn't want to make it as an athlete when I returned to the athletic side of sport. A lot of people in mixed martial arts, they pay attention to the coaches. They have a striking coach, they have boxing and Muay Thai, they have grappling coaches, either Greco-Roman wrestling, freestyle wrestling, Judo. Some people have San Shao. Some people have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coaches, etc. And then you have your strength and conditioning coaches, your fitness trainers, etc. You have a masseuse, physical therapist. You also have a chiropractor. You have a sports psychologist. I have individuals on my team. I have a spiritual advisor on my team. I also have what I call prayer warriors. I have my friends or people that I know who pray for me during the week. My wife is on my team. She's my confidant. You have all these people on your team. Well, the one thing that the team needs in order to hold itself together, what I found was it needs a team engineer. It's something that I did in Judo. I used to say I handle everything on the periphery. Sometimes I coach the athlete as a Judo coach, and sometimes I handle everything on the periphery. Every team needs a team engineer. My team engineer is a guy by the name of Winston Williams. Winston is a fanatic when it comes to paying attention to detail. The team engineer actually makes sure that everyone can do their job better because they don't have to worry about miscellaneous stuff. Case in point, it's a funny story, but there's a lot of truth to the story. I had a training session in the morning, and I had to hit pads with Howard Davis, 1976 Olympic gold medalist Howard Davis. I'm hitting pads, I'm doing the workout. As we go from the workout room back to the hotel room, Howard is with me, Winston Williams is with me, and we go to the room. Howard pulls out his hotel room key and puts it in the door, and it's the wrong key. And we're looking at each other. Winston moves me out the way, and he puts the key in the door, and it opens up the door. And I looked at Howard and I said, "You hold pads. He makes sure that we have the right key." And the reason why I said that is because Winston's job is to make sure that my food is in the room on time after my weigh-in, so that there's no lapse in terms of my nutrient timing, and I maximize the absorption rate when it comes to food and it comes to liquid, etc., to rehydrate and to make sure that I have everything I need in order to fight, sometimes 24 hours later. Howard Davis's job is to make sure that he's giving me sound advice, that I'm holding the pads, that my footwork is right, that my head movement is right. And if you have him thinking about anything other than what he is an expert in, you're taking away from his expertise. So to maximize what he can bring, you have to bring a team engineer in order to engineer and stitch all the pieces of the puzzle together. Case in point, Winston Williams had all of my interviews for the week logged in his phone. So as soon as I got a call from one of the Strikeforce execs to say I had an interview, I forwarded it over to Winston through his phone, and he put it into his Google Calendar. It reminds him on his iPhone. So when I have an interview, he sends me an automatic text. Boom, hey, where are you supposed to be? As a matter of fact, I forwarded him my my information packet when I arrived in Nashville, Tennessee for Strikeforce Challengers, And when he was driving on his way, he called me at 10:55 in the morning and said, "Where are you supposed to be?" I said, "I have an interview at 11. He said, "Are you there?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, get there." Click, and then hung up the phone. Because he's making sure that everyone is tight and everyone is where they're supposed to be. So now my corners and my seconds don't have to worry about that stuff because the team engineer is running that stuff. He's making sure that everything is smooth. It's not a gopher. He's not the person that you tell what to do. That's not him. That's not him. He makes sure that everybody is in line. Everybody is in check doing what they're supposed to do. And he doesn't do it by word, he does it by deed. He governs himself professionally so the whole team can govern themselves professionally. You need someone like this. If you're going to be a professional MMA fighter or you're looking to have professional pursuits in MMA, do yourself a favor. And I had a talk with a friend today. You may not be able to afford everything that you need. However, you can still develop professional relationships for those things that you need. And if you have a gap within your team or within the building of your team, understand and know that the gap is there and look to fill it over a period of time. Case in point, when you write down, you can't just say, "Oh, I'm a member of Team Lord Urban. Oh, I'm a member of American Top Team. Oh, I'm a member of Team Grudge. Oh, I'm a member of Nashville MMA." No. You work out at those places, but the team that you fight for is Team, whatever your last name is, Team Smith. Like I fight for Team Ferguson. Yeah, I represent American Top Team, but Team Ferguson is what has to be developed so that I can walk in the cage and do my job. This is what has to happen. Team Ferguson has a grappling coach, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coach, Dustin Dennis. Team Ferguson has a boxing coach, Howard Davis. Team Ferguson doesn't have a Muay Thai coach right now. I have some people that do some Muay Thai work, doesn't have a Muay Thai coach right now. Team Ferguson has a wrestling coach. Jason Kelly, I put in as my wrestling coach. He's an American Top Team. Does Team Ferguson have a judo coach? Not at this particular time. Team Ferguson needs to get one. Team Ferguson also has mixed martial arts advisors. Mola Wall, Lloyd Irvin, Rashad Evans. Mixed martial arts advisors. Team Ferguson also has a strength and conditioning coach, Juan Carlos Santana. I also have a trainer, a fitness trainer. The strength and conditioning coach designs the program, fitness trainer implements the program. His name is Seth. Seth implements the program. This is what you need to have. I have a masseuse by the name of Nick Kress. I have a physical therapist by the name of Marisol Wallace. Spiritual advisor, Minister Tanisha Curry. These people, I have my friends and confidants. You know, I have my psychologist that I speak to, Dr. Joriel Brown. All right? These are people that I speak with. People that I know. If my weight cut was a difficult one, I have a nurse in place, Kalila Jefferson. If I needed an IV, did not need one. But if I did, I have a person in place for that. You have to write down all the elements that you need in order to be successful, and then write down the names of the go-to individuals. If you have gaps, fill in the gaps. If you can't fill out your list to 100%, you have a problem. And it takes time. Because you'll swap people in and out, and then you'll swap people in and out on your list, and then sometimes you won't know what it is that you need until you go to practice and you do some assessments. You'll be like, "Man, listen, I'm really deficient in this area. I need to get somebody in this area so that I can tighten up the loose ends." But you have to write these things down. They have to be written down. They must. They must. Because you really can't, I mean, I talk about this in Judo Successes, but you really can't come up with a plan if you don't have the human resources to implement the plan. Like, I can't say, "Oh, I'm going to go climb Mount Kilimanjaro." No, you can't say that. I can't just go outside tomorrow and start running and jogging. No. If I'm not going to train somewhere with high altitude, I need to find a high altitude facility or a chamber. I need to find a doctor who's going to do my blood work or my blood tests, etc. I forgot to mention my doctor. my Dr. Mark Rosenberg, that's my physician that I go to. I mean, you have to have a team of people. As a matter of fact, I have another advisor that I called. I have a doctor in Denver, Colorado, who did my knee surgeries a while back that I called. I called Dr. Tom Noonan last night. I asked him, do you know anyone in Tampa that I can speak with concerning, some of the injuries that I have? Why? Because you have to develop professional relationships with these people to put your team together. You have to do this. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Mike Van Arsdale, which is another one of the advisors that I have. You have to have some individuals that you go to. You must. I think it's important to speak with and mastermind with individuals like this. As a matter of fact, in the near future, I'm getting ready to do some things where I'm going to open up a forum or a dialogue where some people can come meet with me or speak with me concerning mixed martial arts training or judo or grappling, etc., in terms of enhancing their grappling careers or engineering their careers. I think I'm going to bring my team engineer, Winston Williams, in so that they can have an opportunity to understand the richness of development. I don't think people understand the richness of development. There's no way that I can walk into the Bahamas and turn their judo program around in 18 months and help them create the first judo Olympian in 18 months if you don't understand development. And it's not just athletic development. There's athletic development, and then there's marketing development, and there's branding development. You have to develop the whole program, the whole person, and the athletes, and the curriculum, etc. This stuff has to be developed, as well as not just a culture for change, but a culture for excellence has to be developed. And that's difficult. And these things have to be engineered. I remember Winston Williams talking to me in the beginning of my training camp. When I first hurt my groin, he said, "What are you doing to protect your mind, and what are your mental strategies?" And I began to talk. He says, "I don't want to hear it. Send it to my inbox by the morning." These are the type of people that you need around you. You need a team engineer. You need a team engineer. Have I done some team engineering? Yes, I have. I've done plenty of it. I know I can't do it for myself. I know Winston Williams can handle it because I've seen him do an Ironman. I helped him engineer his thing for his Ironman. Him and my other fraternity brother, Steve Harrell, because he needed a team engineer. No, we didn't run. Well, we did run, goodness gracious. We didn't want to run. But we didn't do the Ironman. I mean, he did the swimming, he did the biking, he did the running. Winston Williams did all of that. But he needed some help engineering everything and putting it together. You got to have it. I think this is one of the missing elements. I think the good people in mixed martial arts have this. This is not your manager, this is not your agent. This is somebody on the periphery who's the glue to your team, and he holds everything together. Thank you very much for your time. I highly encourage you to go to www.drfergfans.com, and also please do yourself a favor and go to www.chumprepellent.com. The thing about having a team engineer, it will remove situations that may create chump moments. Because anytime something goes wrong or goes awry, negative thoughts start to creep in your mind, and as those negative thoughts build up, then they create chump moments, chump thoughts, and then before you know it, you're a chump. So to reduce the problems that may occur, you make sure that you have some good engineering within your program so things stay as tight and as true as possible. Take care, have a super fantastic day, and as always, thank you for joining me at Coffee with Rhadi.